Okay, guys, I think this is a good point for us to do the Supporter of Weirdos short episode, which is a flashback with a neighborhood boy we used to hang out with. So, let's jump in, and then we'll hop back into the main story afterwards. Kazuya was always alone. He was never bullied or anything like that. Something about him was just different, and it made people not want to approach him. He never seemed to mind, but there were times when he looked a little bit lonely. That made it hard not to worry about him. Ha! Our class is being held off campus at the park today. I'm playing volleyball with my classmates. The playground at our school isn't that big, so we often hold our science or gym classes at the park like this. It might just be the same old playground, but I still love the feeling of leaving school during the day. Over there! A friend of mine sends the ball flying my way. Wah! Oof! I don't make it in time and the ball drops to the ground. Aw, shoot! The ball went over there. I'll go grab it. Just keep going with another one. Okay. I run through the park in pursuit of the bar ball. Stop, ball! Phew! Got you at last. The ball managed to roll all the way to the far corner of the park, just as I'm about to pick it up. Oh, it's Kazuya. I notice Kazuya sitting in a corner, as always. Usually, I just watch him for a second and then be on my way. But today, he seems to be staring at the ground intently. I pick up the ball and walk over to him. Hey, Kazuya. What are you up to? He looks up at me slowly.
Doodling.
Doodling? Where?
Here.
He points at the ground. Using a stick, he has drawn elaborate sketches of cars, trains, and more. Wow, Kazuya! You're quite the artist.
It's nothing special.
He crouches back down and starts digging in the dirt again. He normally just stares absently out the window during class, but he seems so animated right now. At first glance, he seems like the same quiet Kazuya as always. But to me, it seems like the air around him is dancing with glee. Do you always come here to draw?
Yeah, sometimes I read books in the library.
Oh, really? Can you draw Mita the cat?
I don't know that one. If you can show it to me, I probably can.
Really? Here, it looks like this. I take a button I'm wearing off my jacket and show it to Kazuya.
Can I take a closer look at it?
Sure, go ahead. Kazuya looks carefully at my Mita the cat button. He starts drawing next to one of the cars. Wow, it's perfect!
Really?
Yeah, they look exactly the same. Kazuya, you could totally be an artist.
It's not that easy to become one.
Really? I had no idea. I sit down next to Kazuya as he draws and I watch his hands. A classmate with a soccer ball passes by us.
Whoa, check it out. Kazuya's with a girl.
He's so lame. We're at the park. Why is he doing that?
What a creeper. His head's always in the clouds.
Maybe he's possessed by a ghost, seeing as he's hardly noticeable.
Nice one. I bet that's why he can't talk to anyone except girls.
He's nothing like his twin brother Takuya. The boys laugh as they look over at Takuya playing soccer elsewhere in the park.
Come on, let's go!
You're too fast, Hawk. I can't keep up.
I know.
The boys turn back towards Kazuya. Takuya's tough and so good at soccer. Are those guys even really twins? They're treating Kazuya so badly. What awful things to say about someone! Hey, cut it out! I stand up, ready to give them a piece of my mind, but Kazuya grabs the edge of my jacket, urging me to stop.
It's okay. Just leave them.
But...
Ooh, you two sharing secrets or something?
I'm gonna write on the blackboard and tell everybody that you two are in love. The boys cackle with laughter as they run off towards Takuya. Ugh, what's their problem? That was so mean.
It's not worth worrying about. It happens all the time.
All the time? I gaze at Kazuya's face as he continues drawing. He doesn't care? But his lips are scrunched up really tight. I can tell right away that he's not being honest. Hey, I know drawing is fun and all, but would you maybe want to play with me today?
Play?
He stops drawing and looks up at me. Yeah, I'm playing volleyball with some friends. Would you like to join us? I pick the volleyball back up and hand it to him. He looks at it, but quickly returns his gaze to the ground.
I'm not good at sports. I can never play as well as Takuya can.
That doesn't matter. It's not like it's an actual match or something. We're just having fun. I try over and over to convince him to join us. Despite my efforts, he refuses to budge.
I'm fine, really. I don't want to be a bother. And it's about time for us to go back to school anyway.
I look up at the park's clock tower. I could have sworn we only just got here, but it's already just about time to go. What? Oh no! We've only got 10 minutes left! I got so wrapped up talking with Kazuya, I completely lost track of time. Shoot, I hope the others aren't worried.
Maybe you should go back to your friends.
Yeah. I pick up the ball and turn to head back. Worried, I look over at Kazuya one last time. Hey, would you mind if we played together next time?
Sorry, what?
I want to draw with you, Kazuya. He gives me a blank stare. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Really?
I'll be sitting where I usually am, so whenever you want to.
Yeah, let's draw together tomorrow during lunch. It's a promise. At my response, he gives me a small smile.
Okay.
So wholesome. It makes me happy to see him smile like that. It's fun to play with the other kids, but I can hardly wait to draw with Kazuya. I'm the only one who knows what a good artist he is. I alone know about his gentle smile. And it makes me happy knowing that I'm special to him in some small way. What should I get him to draw tomorrow? I rack my brains to think of something as I run back to the others. Aw, precious BBs. Alright. So, as you can see, I've got Unattainable Girl. I wonder who that's for. But we're not doing that right now. We're going to go back to chapter 4. Number 4. Yes. So, confirm. And then when we're done chapter 4, we'll go... And there's actually like 3 more short stories. Not just 2. There's 2 that's recommended, but there's one that involves Kurosaba as well that we've seen before. That was the one I was thinking of. So I think I'm going to do that in addition to the 2 other short stories we haven't seen. So, there you go. That's my plan. The following evening. After the others have all fallen asleep, I sneak out of my room. As he promised, the man in the fox mask is waiting for me. He takes me back to the greenhouse in Yamato, and then walks me back. This becomes my daily routine, unbeknownst to the others. It pains me, being unable to tell Hokage that his brother is safe and sound. There are times when I think it might be better to reveal the truth, and it almost slips out. Each time, though, I end up stopping myself. Yamato wants me to keep it quiet, and ultimately I think it would be best to do as he wishes. I don't want to betray the budding trust between us. Perhaps because he has no one else to talk to, Yamato has become much friendlier than he was when we were together in the hideout. And he gets to get reacquainted with his long-lost brother. So we can skip ahead a little bit. There he is. There's Monshiro. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, let's talk about Monshiro a little bit. There he is. Okay. Perfect.
Oh, by the way, speaking of Usagi and masks or whatever, that guy in the fox mask has actually started popping in on me.
What? He wouldn't even come into the room before. Did he say anything?
Nope. Just shows up. And if I try to talk with him, he doesn't say a word.
Oh. Yeah, I guess he isn't much of a talker.
The guy's harmless, so I just let him do whatever he wants. But sometimes he'll follow me around without a peep if I walk somewhere.
He follows you around? The image of a puppy following its owner around pops into my mind. I break into laughter at the thought of such a peaceful scene. That's kinda cute. He must like you.
Yo, fox mask or not, the guy's a grown man. Showing up out of nowhere like that is damn creepy.
Oh. It feels as if the air around us is suddenly frozen. I look beyond the nearby shrubbery and spot the man in the fox mask, gazing at us in silence.
Oh, I mean, not exactly creepy, but it's just like weird getting eyeballed like that. It'd be different if you were a little friendlier, you know.
Bold words for Yamato. The man in the fox mask doesn't react. His gaze is locked on something. Is he looking at the lunchbox? Are you hungry? The moment I ask, his stomach growls loudly. I knew it! You're hungry, aren't you? The man in the mask nods, not fox mask.
You want some? Here.
Yamato holds out a sandwich and the man starts inching toward us. He's like a timid little animal. That's quite a change from boldly slaying monsters. I wonder why. He takes the sandwich from Yamato and sits down next to us. He reaches for his mask, preparing to take it off. When he notices us staring at him, he turns his back to us before removing it. Got too caught up in my munching. He won't let us see his face. That's too bad.
You like it? Make sure you chew that or you're gonna choke. You even listening? Man, you eat like a little kid.
Yamato's tone is sharp. But there's also something gentle in his voice. We settle into a nice rhythm, each of us eating and occasionally reaching into the lunchbox for more food. Together, the three of us quietly enjoy the meal. Now we gotta give this boy a name.
By the way, what's your name? Your name. It's a pain not knowing what to call you.
Having finished dessert, Yamato starts to question the man. He puts his mask back on and turns back to us, but seems as if he isn't going to reply.
Can you not remember? Don't just sit there, say something.
He's not refusing or agreeing, but it sure is hard to talk to him without having a name. His gaze meets Yamato's and he shrugs in resignation.
Then how about I name you after one of our extra rooms?
We don't remember who we are, so we use the names of the rooms we're staying in, like a nickname.
And the room we had open was...
Monshiro! I'm pretty sure it was called Monshiro.
How about it? Sure beats calling you Fox, man.
Monshiro?
Yeah, Monshiro.
Monshiro.
A tinge of joy seeps into his voice. I can feel how happy he is. He likes it. He's not very chatty, but he's pretty easy to read. Well, pleased to meet you. I'm Benny Yuri. Thank you for bringing me to the greenhouse these past few days. I hope we can be friends, Monshiro.
Benny Yuri.
I'm Yamato. I've got a feeling we've met for a reason. Anyways, nice to meet you.
Yamato. Benny Yuri. Yamato. Benny Yuri. Yamato.
Yo, it's not magic. Don't keep chanting it like that.
Come on, Yamato. You don't have to get on his case like that. He's just trying to remember our names. Isn't that right, Monshiro?
Benny Yuri.
Haltingly, like a child only just having learned a new word, Monshiro repeats our names over and over. It's so cute I can't help but smile. I feel a comforting warmth enveloping my heart. I had a lot of fun today. I'm glad we got a chance to talk, Monshiro.
Oh.
As always, Monshiro walks me back to the hideout. Before we part ways, I turn to face him. Monshiro, where do you usually stay? Are there other places in the manor where it's safe to live? But you're not with any other friends, are you? Doesn't it get lonely being all by yourself?
Friends.
In the midst of the stillness, he seems to ruminate on the word, repeating it in a quiet voice. I wonder if it made him think of something. He stares at the floor for a while before suddenly looking up at me.
Benny Yuri, make me your friend.
Make you my friend? You mean you'll live here with us?
Yes.
I'd love to have you. I wonder if Hikage and the others will be okay with it. Monshiro takes off the ribbon around his neck and holds it out in front of me.
You are my friend, so have this.
Huh? Really? You don't mind? But why do you suddenly want me to have it?
It is important to me, so...
He trails off without finishing his thought. Why is he giving me such a precious thing? Is he thanking me for the lunch from earlier? No way, it can't be. Should I really take it from him? The ribbon dangles in the air, looking lonesome. Hesitantly, I take it with both of my hands. It's so beautiful. I hold it gently, getting to know its silken texture. It feels like it's always been mine.
It saved me many times. It will protect you, too.
It's your good luck charm.
I will go back for today. I will return tomorrow.
With that, Monshiro turns and disappears down the hallway. The next morning, I wake up, pull off my blanket, and take a good long stretch. Phew, I slept like a log. I guess going out every night must have caught up with me. I drag myself out of bed and brush my fingers through my hair. I take my hairpin and reclasp it in its usual place. Maybe I'll try on that ribbon Monshiro gave me yesterday. It seems pretty important, though. It'd be terrible if I were to lose it. I might be better off just keeping it in my pocket. I fold the ribbon neatly and hide it away in my clothes. I wonder if the guys are awake. Just as I'm making my way down to the living room. What was that? I can hear loud voices behind the door. Did something happen? You could say that. Once I'm down the stairs, I can see that the source of the commotion is a ring of people circled around somebody. Wait, is that?
I'm not sure I can agree to this.
Yeah, man. You can't just show up and be like, oh, hey, we're all friends now.
Monshiro! I rush down the stairs and everyone turns to face me at once.
Monshiro? Is that his name?
Did you bring him here, Benny Yuri? How do you know him?
Well, Flustered, I struggle to think of something. I know Monshiro because of Yamato. But Yamato asked me to keep our meeting secret. I'd be breaking my promise to him if I told them. But if I don't say something, they're going to get more and more suspicious. What am I gonna do? I really don't want to lie, but Hikage isn't the type to let something like this go.
Benny Yuri has done nothing wrong. I came on my own.
Monshiro. Is he trying to protect me? Monshiro draws close to me as he answers Hokage. I appreciate the gesture, but still... Our shoulders are touching. We're awfully close to one another.
I'm not asking you. Get away from her.
No, I will not.
Look, as a guy, I get why you'd want to get real close to her, but seriously, man.
Kurosawa, what are you...
Thank you, Kaguya, for being like, excuse me?
We're getting away from the point. If all you're going to do is muck things up, go stand over there.
Aw, lighten up a little.
While their attention is diverted, I whisper in Monshiro's ear. Why did you come here so suddenly?
I said so yesterday.
Yesterday? You said, I'll return tomorrow, so I thought you'd be coming at night.
Tomorrow means tomorrow.
True, but... Did he think me taking the ribbon was me saying yes to him living here? I do want him to live with us if he can. How can I convince the others, though? Monshiro, he's... Oh, yeah! I met him while we were exploring the manor. He's like us. He didn't have any memories and couldn't remember his name, so I called him by the one on that empty room. You remember, don't you, Hokage? He saved us when we were in trouble that first day. He's not a bad person, so can we let him join us? I gaze around at everyone's faces, stopping on Kaguya's. He might understand. Hoping he'll be on my side, I look into his eyes. And yet, my faint hopes are quickly crushed.
Beniyuri. However much you ask, you must realize that for us to so suddenly trust a stranger like this is quite difficult. It's hard to dispel the sense that he has come to us with some ulterior motive in mind.
But...
Kaguya's right. We don't know who or what he is. For example, he could even be the master of the manor. Couldn't it be possible that he's here to keep an eye on us?
What?
That's... I didn't expect that. The master of the manor. His existence up to now has always seemed so vague and general, but imagining him to be Monshiro makes it suddenly feel so real. Monshiro, the master of the manor? I hadn't even considered that. And I guess he does look kind of otherworldly. I look at Monshiro once again. His features are transient, calling to mind shafts of moonlight. His hooded cloak gives off a pale glow, and his long silvery hair glitters more brightly than that. He certainly does catch the eye. He feels somehow different from us. But... Monshiro isn't the master.
How can you know that?
Because I've been keeping an eye on him all along. And plus, when we met him on that first day, he walked away and didn't pay any attention to the kaleidoscope shard on the ground. And that's why I picked it up. If he were the master, there's no way he'd just ignore a piece of the kaleidoscope.
I see. That's a fair point. I wasn't really that concerned about him being the master. What I do want to know is why you're defending him so much.
Why I'm... Huh?
You said you met him while you were exploring. We always go out in teams when we do that. Who was with you when you ran into him?
Well, it was... Now what? Am I going to have to tell them I was with Yamato? I really don't want to lie to them. That time I was with...
Me. I saw him when Beniyuri and I were teamed up.
What? Kurosawa? I look over at him, surprised by his sudden help. Why would he say that if he's never even met Monshiro? Maybe he feels that inkling of he belongs with the group.
Oh? You know him too, Kurosawa? It didn't seem like that before.
I mean, we ran into each other, but I didn't hear a thing about him palling around with us. Isn't that right, Monshiro?
Silent up to now, Monshiro realizes what Kurosaba is trying to do and nods.
All of us were strangers at first, too. No need to give this guy any grief for it. Having somebody around who knows how to survive in the manor is reason enough to keep him around, don't you guys think? There's lots of stuff he might know, too. Don't be falling over yourselves trying to get him out of here.
I suppose I understand your point. Even so.
Or could it be that having him here is getting in your way somehow? You've been against him since he walked in, Hokage.
I just don't want any more trouble finding its way in here.
Benny and I will look after him then. Isn't that right?
Yeah!
So there you go. Any problems?
Fine. Do what you want.
Hokage sighs heavily and turns away. So, does this mean they're letting him stay? Kurosaba, wait! I really appreciate you helping us out back there. I call out to him as he starts heading back to his room. He turns and looks back at me and Monshiro, flashing us with his usual playful smile.
All good. Don't worry your little heads over it. I'm glad we'll get to be friends, Monshiro.
Thank you.
Monshiro bows his head and Kurosaba's smile grows even wider in response.
Oh, the Monshiro room's right over here. Have a ball.
Here?
You got it. It's kinda dusty, so you ought to give it a once-over.
Kurosaba opens the door and motions for Monshiro to step inside. What a strange sight. I never would have thought Kurosaba would have been the one to help us.
What's eating you, Beniyuri?
Oh, nothing. I'm surprised that you accepted Monshiro the way you did. You're the first person I'd expect to oppose having a stranger join up with us, so I was wondering why you stuck up for us.
Huh. No big reason. I guess if I had to call it something, I'd say it was to score points with you. If I help you when you're in trouble, our relationship points go up. That sort of thing. What's with the weird face? I was joking! I just figured we'd be better off making a friend and not an enemy out of him. Gut feeling, that's all.
A gut feeling. I guess we're in the same boat then. I just feel like he's someone that we can trust.
Oh no, I'm not saying I totally trust him yet. I just figured having him around would be a net positive.
You what?
He's kind of an oddball, but we might end up needing him.
He looks into the room as he finishes speaking, and I follow suit. Monshiro has entered the room and is staring straight at the lamp as it casts its bright light all around.
You're hiding something, aren't you? So's he, but you're the one who's been acting all weird lately.
He saw right through me.
I can tell. We've been together a while now, and I've got a knack for that sort of thing. You can never lie when people ask you something. You're too damn honest. And you meeting Monshiro while we were exploring was a lie, so you must have a reason for saying you did. I won't push it. I'm not one for sticking my nose into trouble.
Kurosaba is pretty sharp. He acts like he doesn't worry about a thing, but in reality, he's always paying close attention to what's going on. I'm sorry.
Sorry for what? For not saying anything else?
For making you lie. If he hadn't gone along with my story, I would have had to make up even more lies about how I met Monshiro. And the more they dug, the more I would have had to lie to them. I would have felt so guilty for lying to my friends. And you did it for me so I wouldn't have to.
You're such a goody-good when it comes to that stuff. It makes me want to mess with you.
It does?
Kurosaba, no teasing.
Aw, come on,
No teasing.
Thank you, Monshiro. Monshiro comes out of his room and stands close to me. Our shoulders touch and I can feel the warmth from his body. Monshiro, you know, you've been getting sort of close to me, right? Like, now and that time earlier, I mean.
Have I? Is that bad?
Well, no, but he didn't even realize it.
Aw, not fair. I want in on this little party. Huggles for all.
Kurosava, what are you doing?
Come on, I want to get all flirty and close to you too. Is that bad?
Yes! Let go, please.
Aw, Monshiro gets to have all the fun. Not fair. Now you're just playing favorites.
Well, considering Monshiro didn't lick a tear that he caused me to cry off of his finger, can you blame me? That isn't what I'm doing.
Kurosava, no teasing. I won't allow it.
But I'm the one getting bullied. She's always ice queening me.
No teasing.
Stop hugging my sweet Benny Yuri and chanting like that.
Kurosava and Monshiro glare at each other with me stuck between the two of them. The body heat from the two of them tickles my skin. I can't help but smile.